Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an AMX13 F3 AM. It's the Tier 6 French SPG. It's located on the northwest spawn of Mines, and this one is under my command because this is my NA account. It's biggest, thickest of REBRN. Well, the AMX13 F3's got 155mm howitzer as its main armament and the hull of an M13 tank. So it's M13, no, an AMX13 tank, that's it. AMX13 ton tank, so it's a very light thing and he moves very quickly. As you can see, I'm taking it off to the Nigel spot to get some damage on the enemy. Okay, I've parked myself. Now I back up a bit, but didn't realise it's actually deep there, so I have to come forward again. Otherwise I might drown just sitting there. Well, the enemy's made it into the castle grounds and I fire a snapshot, but it falls well short of the targets. There's one of those M4A1 FL10s and our T37 goes in after him, but he's an autoloader, so yeah, I think the T37 is going to die. Oh, he didn't. Well, not yet. Well, we've got some enemy tanks turned up and I'm almost loaded. So I think I'm going to fire a shell at one of them. Aiming for the KV2. Yeah, yes. I hit the KV1S as well with Splash. They all got hit with that one. Yeah, if they're going to do a silly thing like that, parked together, they are going to get hit. You can see the shell hit the side of the turret. There's a big hole there now. Okay, almost loaded. Gonna try again. I don't actually know if I'm going to be able to repeat it again, but I'll have a go. KV2 comes around the corner. I fire a round in. Hit him for 218. This time he's tracked and he's killed. But unfortunately, the enemy takes that opportunity to dive straight into the castle grounds. So they've now got two tanks in there, a Super Chaffee and the T52. Well, there's the T52. And he gets slotted straight away by Jagdpanzer 4. And who else? Well, I'm looking for the KV1S. Couldn't see him. And there's the Super Chaffee. So that means the hill is now basically empty. We know there's a KV1S and a T3485M on the south side. But I'm seeing enemy tanks coming up on the south island. And I need to get over here as quickly as possible, especially quickly as I'm actually in the process of drowning. That's it, got into the shallow waters. Okay, take a new position because I'm going to have to fire at those tanks as they come up from the south island. Okay, I'm going to situate myself here for the moment, see if I can get some shots on the enemy as they come in. Yeah, they just killed our IKV-65-2. T-3485 hiding around the corner, and there goes our Type 64, so we've got nobody on the middle island now. And I just hit one of them. I think I hit the T-3485 for 308 hit points. But he couldn't see me because the shell went over the curvature of the island, so he had no idea where I was when I shot. Now, I have the sneaking feeling that he might be behind that bush, but I can't shoot without giving away my position. So, do I take the shot or not? Or wait for the enemy to appear? I've got a fairly long reload, 25.89 seconds, 26 seconds really. And there's two enemy tanks on the island, an M4A3 EZ8 and that T3485. So, which one of them is going to come across the island first? We do have an M4A1 FL10, one of the new Christmas tanks. He's just around the corner next to the rock. They're taking pot shots at that bush. I think that's to try and encourage him to move. Tempted to shoot. Very tempted to shoot. But I also know the enemy tanks might come straight over that island at any moment. And I really need a shell that I can hit them in the face with. with 4 tanks down on the enemy at the moment, which is pretty dire if you think about it. This stage in the game. Here they come. Easy 8. Gotcha. He sees me though, that's the problem. And just as I move, the enemy kills the T-3485, or Ron, my enemy. No, the FL-10 kills the T-3485, but I was seen and I was splashed and I just got hit by the M44. So I've lost a lot of hit points. I've lost my gunner. Put the gunner back in momentarily. There you go. We've got an AMD 178B coming into sight. I'm loaded. Got to try and get a shot on this guy if I can. He's trying to damage our KV2. I splash him for 152. He's retreating. Now I know that the M44 knows where I am, so I have to be careful. I have to hug this rock for the next few minutes until the enemy's been taken out. It's an IKV-65-2 on the north approach to the hill. Now, if I was in a tank, I'd be in that bush there. Do you reckon there's somebody there? I reckon there's somebody there. Yes, there is somebody there. Well, there was. He's now dead. I guessed that there was somebody in that bush. And lo and behold, yes, I just took out their T-3485M with a blind shot. Total guess. But it was a good one. Okay, that means they've lost their IKV-65-2. I didn't see him get killed because I was too busy killing one of their others. And now, after being 4 tanks down, we're only 1 tank down on the enemy. And we have a very real chance of pulling this off. I'm loaded. I'm waiting for that AMD to come flying back around that corner. And he's not come, so I'm going to change position. The M44 doesn't know where I am anymore. I'm going to go directly behind the cap in this bush. It's so often used by Arty and defending tanks. But I reckon this will be quite a good bush. And, well, I'm going to take a few pot shots at the enemy. The M44, I think he's down in that corner. Let's see if I can knock him up a little. Rounds out. Well, tree goes down. Gone to the overhead mode. Sometimes helps if you press the V key because you can actually see the tracer a lot clearer. Just have to press the V before you shoot, but you can sometimes just aim and click. Can't see the tracer yet, but I'm pretty sure there's somebody in that vicinity. I fired another one in. Try and wake them up. This is your morning wake-up call. Come out, wherever you are. No, it doesn't look as if there's anybody there. I'm beginning to wonder if they've gone away. Well, fired another round in. This time at where the tree'd fallen, just in case somebody knocked the tree down on purpose and was trying to use it as cover. Still no sign of tracer. There's the tracer! Waiting for the reload completion. Rounds out. Well, it fell short, but we definitely saw the tracer. But a new enemy's turned up, and it's the SU-100Y, the box tank. So I can't fire any counter battery for the moment. I've got to try and hit that guy if I can and take him out the game. There's 2 tank destroyers left on their team and 3 Arty. I'm loaded. Rounds out. Blind shot in. Nope. Didn't get him. As you notice, something I do every time I fire a shell, I press the reload button, which is the C key using Aslains, and that signals in chat exactly what my reload is going to be. So it lets my team know when I'm going to be available for the next shot. And I think it's important to actually provide that information to your teammates, just so long as they don't start demanding your assistance when they know that you're in reload. Oh, the Jackson just got blasted out of existence by the KV-2R. And that means now the enemy only has 1 tank destroyer, 3 Arties. So the scores are now even. I just need to see the box tank. No. Has he gone that way around? There he is. He's in the castle grounds. Well, he took a big hit for 281. My fellow RT fired in as well. Didn't get the kill shot though. Well, he certainly managed to sneak into the castle, and I think he's going to try and sneak his way out now. Our KV-2R doesn't have much in the way of hit points. He's only got 11, but he's got a gun, so he can shoot, and he might be able to take that SU-100Y down. Let's hope he can. I'm aiming ahead of him. I almost feel tempted to say to him, fall back, but I know he knows what he's doing. He's actually quite a good player. Dickomax is coming to view. There's the enemy Arty, or one of them. It's the Hummel. And the M44's been spotted. He's near me. And I get the kill on the Hummel. There's the M44. I'm reloading. The M44 gets hit by my platoon, or my teammate. The Dickomax goes down, taken out by the M44. Now he's in reload as well, but that's not going to stop me getting him. He's got a faster reload than I have, but I'm mobile and he's toast. Good night. Yep, that's how I deal it. Hello, goodbye. And the SU-100Y makes an appearance and gets wiped out by the Hummel on our team, which means now we've got the advantage. 2 Arty and a KV-2R against 1 Arty and M44, but 1 Arty who can do a lot of damage. The Hummel's still up in grid square A2. The KV-2R's coming with me. I'm going straight to the enemy cap. Oh, and the M44 just killed the KV-2R, and that tells me the enemy Arty has to be in the northeast corner. In fact, he's indicating northeast corner. We've only got limited time left, so I'm going to have to get into the cap. The Hummel is coming, I think. Come on. Okay, I made it into the cap, so I can cap, but I really need the Hummel to join me. And I was thinking to myself, where do I park? I can't leave any trace about where I am, so yep, there's a shell landing behind me. Just thinking, should I get closer or should I move around? I know where he is. He's in the northeast corner, so I'm thinking to myself, I'll go over this side. Now, those of you who've actually joined us on Games Night, oh, good job I did move, because he find exactly where I was. He can't see me. He's way up in the northeast corner. But those of you who've been on Games Night will know that we play a game where somebody in a RT fires at this cap and we all hide in the cap somewhere, and he has to try and, or they, or she has to try and take us out whilst we sit still in the cap. It's a game we play quite often when we have Games Nights, and it's fraught with tension because you don't know, if you keep moving around you might get spotted and you might get taken out, but if you stay still they might not be able to hit you. I've only got 30 seconds left. He's going to get, what, 2 shots? He's already tried to hit me once and missed. There's one. One more shot. The Hummel's still not coming down here. I desperately need the Hummel down here, but to finish the cap, I changed position slightly. Oh, he got a reset! And that means it's a draw. And the Hummel, well, He could have come down. There's somebody on our team just said, are you kidding me? Yeah, we were so close to winning. And now it's going to be a draw. Totally wasted. If that Hummel had come down here, it would have been capped out before the M44 had time to get a reset. And now it's all over. So it's a draw. Oh dear. So let's have a look at the second battle. And that's also me, but in a different Arty. Let's have a look at it. And the second battle is in the Lorraine 15550, the Tier 7 French SPG, and we're on the south spawn of Prokhorovka. Now I've still got a 155mm howitzer, and this is the next tank up from the AMX-13 F3 AM. Now it's based on the Lorraine 40-ton tank, so it's actually quite a nippy little Arty, this one. You can zoom about the battlefield at high speed. It's also got quite a big punch as well. It'll do 700 alpha and penetrates 40mm of armour. Okay, I found a spot to hide behind. Backing up a bit. Ready to go. Well, the first tank we spot is a KV-4, and he's over on next to the railway line. Lining up a shot ahead of him. I think that was a bit late actually. It just lands the other side of him. And we've lost sight of the KV-4. Tree went down, but I'm not going to fire at the tree. When the before this mission started, I actually looked at my mission list for the day, and the one thing I noticed straight away was that I had to get the highest base experience for the team in the battle. I think that was the highest base experience overall for the entire game, but T-77, one of those tanks that came about because of the Waffenträger game, and a direct hit onto the side of him. And I've probably picked up some stun assist off that. Okay, Panther came a bit further south than he should be. He's just sitting there out in the open, well, basically in a bush. It's not really going to stop him getting hit. Rounds out. Yeah, 2 Arty shells hit him, and then the tank shell comes in from above to take him out. KV-4. We're losing teammates up north. And we're losing them on the other side as well. There's my shot going out, and both of the RT shells were direct hits. But the enemy's pushing over the hill at the moment, forcing our guys to pull back down. T-69, another autoloader. Wait for the fence to be busted. There he is. He's stopped. Line him up for a shot about there. Rounds out. Direct hit, 277, and he's dead. Now the enemy KV-4 pushed forward over the centre line just briefly and pulled back again. He does get a bit aggressive later on, I can tell you. We're 2 tanks down on the enemy at the moment, but it's still early in the game. You see my reload time is about 24 seconds, which again is pretty good for 155mm. Okay, well I suddenly noticed that there's another Arty alongside me, the S51. So I actually just back up a little, back to where I was. And I'm angling, try and get a shot on that T-71 if I can. He's coming up behind the Emil rather. I think he's going to outflank him. Oh no, it wasn't him who killed the Emil. My shot misses the T-71, but it's close. And that's it. We've lost all the guys on the east side of the railway line. Which means the enemy is probably going to be coming to the railway line fairly shortly. Well, taking aim. Hoping my IS-2 might spot for us. And I suddenly see that T-71 popped up. Can I get a shot into him? Stationary. Yes! In fact, I got a kill shot because it penned him. But unfortunately, we lost the Super Hellcat. And there's the KV-4. He's been a bit more bold this time because he's crossed the railway line and he's coming down the tree line. We're only one tank down on the enemy, but he sensed that we were actually struggling. Rounds out. Nice direct hit, and he's killed immediately afterwards. Now, I saw a T-29 there coming out of the water, so he's crossed the hill, went down the slope, and is coming out of the pool. And in fact, now we've got a CS-53 on that corner. He's just killed the Jagdtiger. He poked over the edge, lined up a shot, and killed him. And at the centre line, we've noticed an SU-130 PM. I fired a round at the T-29, or actually the CS. And now we've got this SU-130 PM. Now, they're quite deadly with that 13cm gun. You can see he knocked a tree down, so I suspect he's in that tree. Yes, well, he's just in front of it, actually. But I'm almost loaded. Rounds out. Lands short. Okay, going back to the tanks down this end. There's the crossing. Now, tanks that tend to go across the crossing, if they're clever, they'll actually use the wagons as... Oh, and I just got nudged there by my teammate in the S-51, who went past me and pushed me out the way as I was aiming at the T-29. Now, if that T-29 had popped up at that precise moment, I would have been a very, very angry player because I would have missed the shot due to somebody's incompetence that they pushed their teammate about whilst they were aiming. Just don't do that sort of thing. Well, both shells actually hit the railway wagon, and he was using it for cover, so we know where he's going to pop up again. We're 2 tanks down on the enemy now. There's a tree going down there, so somebody's there. IC-152K to the north. That's one of the reward tanks from the loot boxes. Line him up. Well, I winged him for 239. Shell pulled to the right. Equals 7 behind him. Okay, he's moving again because I'm not loaded. One more shot. Should be enough. Direct hit for 277. He's a one shot and he's dead. And I just got hit by the enemy Arty. The SU-14-1 fired around in. He must have recognised that position. Either that or he saw the tracer and thought, well, I've only moved to the bush ahead for the moment, but I will relocate momentarily. There you go. And the S-51 just got wiped out as well by their S-51. There's a CS-53 very close to where I am now. That's the one who was on the other side of the railway line. He gets blasted out of existence by the TS-5. The T-29's on the railway line. Dialing in. I'll still give it a go. Oh, I hit him. Yep, he's definitely still there. Even though I couldn't see him, the shell stopped at that moment. So I know I've got a hit on him. But we're still 1 tank down. 3 tank destroyers. 1 heavy tank, the T-29, at the railway crossing. And 2 Arty. Well, he's moved from that position now. He's not there. And the T29 actually went right up the railway line to the centre crossing. In fact, he stopped at that point. Started pulling back, and I was wondering, can I fire a shell between those railway wagons? We'll give it a go. Well, they go bang very nicely. No, can't see that SU-130PM either. But in fact, actually, he was seen near the bushes a little closer to me in grid square G5. There's the T29. He gets killed very quickly. Now, where would that SU-130PM go? Is he in that bush? No. No reaction. I wonder. The SU-152 is coming down. Got to try and put a shot into him. He's 100% health. I've got 3 teammates with me. And he dies fairly quickly. So, where do you think that SU-130PM will be? I wonder if he went to the northern bush there. Yep, he's there. Definitely there. He just took a round, probably for about 700 hit points from that one shot alone. Very thin armor on those SU-130PMs. If they get hit, they really feel it. Okay, we've got 2 enemies in sight, and the S-51 is up there. There's the Panther. Now, I'm going to try for the Panther rather than the S-51 at this moment. Rounds out. Direct hit for 251. Yak Panther's taking damage. Go to the S-51. He's killed. Let's see if I can get another shot in. Probably not. Yep, he's gone. That means there's only 2 enemies left. That SU-130PM and the SU-14-1, the guy who hit me. Is he still there? Yes, he is! It's the old joke. Is he there? Yes, he is! Yep, I've just killed their last tank destroyer, which means the game is ours, because it's just a matter of now find the Arty and make sure that we win. My gun's up, driving along normally. Yes, it's the way I do it. Okay, nobody in the northwest corner of the map, which means he might be over by the railway line, or he might be on the east side of the map. He is an SU-14-1. He's not exactly fast, so he's not going to be relocating for long. The AMX 1375 goes through the cap. I'm going to sit in the cap and try and tempt him to shoot. Okay, in the cap, ready to go. So, aiming over the other side of the battlefield. And he's just drowned himself. Oh, what a loser. Should get at least a couple more hit points. Oh dear. Well, sad that it ended with the last Arty drowning himself. It would have been nice to exchange fire, but he didn't want to. So, let's have a look at the results for the first battle. That was the AMX-13 F3 AM battle. It was a draw because the other guy didn't cap. Yes, if the Hummel had come south and come towards the cap, we would have capped out in time, and the M44 would not have got us, and we would have turned a losing game into a win. I managed to get a first class tanker, a fighter badge, a bruiser medal, and I got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and my win rate from the battle was 5,641. So let's have a look at team score rather. Highest damage was 2,178 hit points, the next high scorer being the Dickermax with 1502, and the enemy M44, he was a good player, he got a defender medal because he reset me, and he got 1,359 hit points, so well done to him. When it came to kills though, I shared the top spot with the M44, both got 4 kills apiece. 3 kills went to the Jagdpanzer 4, and when it came to base XP, I was streets ahead because of course I got the highest damage, 607 base XP. 477 went to the M44, 470 went to the Thunderbolt. If only that Hummel had moved, we might have had a win. So let's have a look at detail. 15 shots fired, 8 direct hits, 2 penetrations and 10 splash. Damage of 2,178 hit points, of which 1,607 were at more than 300 meters. I earned 54,176 credits from that game, even though it was a draw, because I got the Courageous Resistance and I got the Holiday Ops and the Personal Reserves as well. And I also took away 2,925 XP as well, getting Courageous Resistance and Personal Reserves. So, not a bad game. Could have been a win. It would have been a win if only that Hummel had moved, but he just didn't do it. And as a consequence, we ended up with a draw. The rest of the team just couldn't believe it. But you remember I said in the first game, or in the second game rather, that I had to get the highest XP in the game as a mission completion task before I played the Lorraine 15550. Well, this is the results from that battle. Yes, it was an ace tanker, not just any ace tanker. It was my first ace tanker in the Lorraine 15550 on that account. I also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I got 13. A Gauze medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of my own vehicle. A High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And also a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on my team. My win rate on that one was 6,807. So actually fairly close to the win rate from the other one. Not too far out, but a little bit better. As you saw, in both games I managed to get blind kills. In this case it was the SU-130PM. I managed to work out where he'd actually gone and found the right bush, and he didn't move from it. He stayed there after he'd been hit once, and of course he just gave me a perfect clean blind kill the next time round. So if we look at the team score, we can see that I got the highest damage with 4,045 hit points. The next high scorer being that SU-130PM with 2,988. Yep, you should have moved. You should have moved. And when it came to kills, it was actually the Scorpion G got 4 kills, 3 kills to the TS5, the Barask. I only got 2. But when it came to base XP, I'm at the top with 1,463. And 1,082 went to the S51, who pushed me out the way rather inconsiderately, but he did get a Confederate as well during that game, and 1,913 hit points of damage. I fired 21 rounds in this game, got 9 direct hits, 2 penetration and 15 splash, damage of 4,045 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Hit 9 of the enemy and killed 2. So pretty good in terms of damage and kills. And I earned 106,280 credits from the game after getting the Holiday Ops and the Personal Reserves. And I also picked up 25 bonds in the game as well because of mission completion. And also 6,583 XP with Personal Reserves. And yeah, it was a good game. So very satisfying result for that one. In fact, very satisfying in both games because they make the cardinal errors of parking. The targets were parking in bushes where you know they have to be. And of course, that T-3485M just sat in the same sniping bush. So I just lobbed a shell in there. And yes, that's exactly where he was. And in the second game, the SU-130PM, well, work out exactly where he was going. And he had to be in one of those 2 bushes. And he was in one of them, yep, so we definitely knew where he was. And at that moment, he should have pulled away and run away, but he didn't. So I hope you enjoyed those replays. If you did, please give the video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below. And thanks for watching.